I'm here tonight is I've been seeing lots of these really cool monthly spreads, and they're not using monthly kits. I'm very lazy when it comes to my monthlies. I like to buy a kit and just slap her down and call it a day. But I've been seeing these really cool monthlies, and they're not using any type of kit. They're using leftovers and other pieces of other kits for different size planners in their monthly, and they look really cool. So I thought, hey, I want to try that. And me being me, I was like, well, let's do it live. So you can kind of plan along with me. I have no idea how this is going to go. Being I have not planned any of this out. All I've done is pulled a bunch of sheets. So I'm going to take a look at a bunch of different things, see what fits where, and if I can make some sort of monthly that doesn't look like a disaster. I've seen some really cool ones, so the bar is quite high. First off is I know that the monthly boxes, well, in the HP they're pretty close to an inch and a half, so things are gonna, I think I'm gonna work. I pulled a bunch of the boxes. I have seen a couple people like using the short boxes, and those seem to work really well. I think the full boxes are just gonna be too big. And then I pulled some washi because I figured I could use that and chop it up. Yeah, I think that'll work to kind of fill in these empty days. So I'm gonna put that on the keep. Some checklists. And then what I have been seeing is using the headers, the monthly headers, or the weekly headers, across the top. So I think that is gonna work. I don't think I'm gonna use those two. But I also like these as kind of date covers. Oh, hi, Kira. Thanks for tuning in with me. I have no idea how this is gonna go. It could get interesting. So these are pieces from the Big Happy Planner, and they are just way too big. I thought maybe some of them would fit along the side, but not in a Happy Planner. I think in EC there's a little bit more room along the side, so I'm just gonna dump those to the side. I'm not sure I'm gonna use those either. This is the dashboard kit, and you know what? I should have pulled a pair of scissors. That was silly of me. You know what? I'm gonna grab scissors. And apparently I do not have scissors in my office. That is an epic fail because I was doing something out. But I'm just gonna steal one of these. So if you ever want to, my stickers are really sticky. So if you want to put them down and then take them up again, put them on yourself a couple times, get some of your oil. Those actually fit vertically quite well. So that might work for something. Yeah, these date covers are not going to work. And I don't think I'm going to use anything from that either. Obviously, this big one, not a fan. So here is, again, I'm just going to steal one of these because I have no idea how big it is and how it's going to fit. So this is from the academic kit. So they actually look pretty close to fit in here. So they're a little bit short, but doable. So that might work for something. And then just the functionals from that. So here is the extra large deco, which also might work really well along the bottom. And then just some boxes and stuff. Okay, so now that I know what sheets I can and cannot use, let's see if I can figure this out. So I think along the top, I am just going to play it safe and copy what I have seen done by somebody else. So that is just using the date covers along the top, which kind of covers up that March. So I'll have to do something up there. That is a problem for another moment. One thing about doing a live is you get to slog through it all with me. When I do YouTube videos, at least I can kind of fast forward through the boring kind of stickering part. I'm pretty sure everyone watching here knows how to put sticker to paper. So thanks for slogging it out with me. Okay, so yay, I did that. But my problem now is across the top, because I've kind of filled in this, kind of half covered the dates. So I want to cover that completely up. And you know what? I think this is actually the EC size here. How do I want to do this? Good enough. So if you're tuning into live, if you just like send me a thumbs up or anything, you don't have to say anything. But the more kind of interactions I get, the more it shows the live to people. So if you're in here watching, give me a thumbs up, say hi. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so yay, I have tackled the top. Step 1 complete. Okay, so I think the next easiest thing is kind of filling in these blank days. So if I use the washi, kind of leaves a spot at the top, but I'm sure I can find something to put there. I'm also trying really hard not to flip my planner. If you've ever watched a YouTube plan with me, I am usually flip-flopping my planner all over the place, so I'm trying really hard not to do that because I know it makes it more difficult to watch. Okay, so there's that. What am I going to do on the top there? You know what? I have an idea. There we go. So I have these thin washi strips, and well, look at that. They pretty much fit in there perfectly. Again, I'm having to trim these off, but that's easy to do. Oh wow, that fits quite perfectly. It's almost like I designed that to work. So if you are watching live and you have any questions or any questions you want to ask me, feel free to drop them in the chat. Otherwise, I will just keep monologuing along. Okay, so there we go. Now what? That is the question. Okay, I think I'm gonna focus on the side here. So I have these. So I'm just sticking with everything that's like 1.5 inches wide. So things should fit down the side quite well. But what am I gonna do? I could just be boring and put a bunch of check boxes with titles, but I think I want to use a full box. I'm going to use a shorter one. So these are the EC ones. So I am Scottish, so this is probably my favorite full box ever. And if I put it there, it kind of doesn't cover the lines. So put it right to the edge. There we go. So that actually perfectly covers up the lines on the side of this HB planner. So almost like I planned it. And then let's take one of those. And then, gosh, I have all these sheets everywhere. Where's the one I want though? I really like this little oxy kind of, I don't even know what it is. Scottish cow. Something. Put that guy in there. Okay, so for me personally, I only really use 2 of the check boxes. I kind of do important dates and then kind of a more Bill Dewey kind of tasking. So I'm only gonna put 2 there. I could definitely put more, even replace this one with 1. So there's lots of room there. Okay, what do I wish to do at the top? You know what? I think put a box like this. What I actually should have pulled as well is the monthly scripts for, and then I think what I'm going to do is put a March monthly script in that box. And I'm going to put one more at the top here. Which one? I seem to have a real floral theme happening, so I'm just going to run with it. I'm going to stick with the floral. And then that kind of doesn't match up with the top, so this is OCD kicking in. I'm going to put a couple of these really thin headers at the top. So these are part of the academic kit, and they're super little and super finicky, but that's okay. And then it should line up. There we go. Not perfectly, but better. Okay, so have that, and then, this looks very white and boring, so I want to fix white and boring. How do I fix this? I could go crazy and put that down. That's pretty crazy though. I don't think I'm quite that adventurous today. But I kind of want to be. That's why we're here, right? To be adventurous. No one said this was going to be perfect. If anything, you might learn what not to do. I'm doing it. Why not? So I am going to stick this right down in here. And then I have a plan. Not sure if the plan's gonna work, but I got a plan. And because it is kind of covering up those numbers, I'm going to put, oh dear, that's not where it should be. And I don't think that's there now. Locked in. It's too small. And oh, look, I do have tweezers in here. Try to stick in a row. I'm not quite the perfect place that I used to be when I first started planning. There we go. I kind of like that. I never thought I'd do something like that. Now I want to put this other one down. Maybe I'll put this one at the bottom. Yes. I want to stick this here. So I'm going to trim both of the sides. That was not a clean scrape. Oopsies. I was not prepared for this. I don't have my knife in here either. Oh well. Actually, that looks, I like it. It doesn't cover up the numbers. And then what am I going to do? I'm just actually going to put some deco in these other boxes. Kind of tie everything together. I have most definitely gone with the floral side of this kit a little bit more than the plaid. I usually use my monthlies just as kind of a, almost like a little mini memory keeper. So like every day I'll just write something I'm either grateful for or something that was kind of cool that happened to me that day. So I don't typically use them kind of, I'll track some things, but more it's like a memory. Kind of cool to look back on. Okay, so the only other thing that bothers me, just because it bothers me, is that there's circles that are for the dates, but we don't have dates because it's a monthly. So the question becomes, do I just suck it up and leave it? Or do I stick something over top? I don't know that I have anything. Unless, oh, here we go. It's happening. Something's going on it. I really don't think I could handle. Ah, you're totally right, Kara. Little decos. And I think there's enough that I'll have enough to cover them all. Okay, and one short. This will work. Hello, Stephanie. This way. Aha! Covered up the little dots like they were never there. Except we all know they are. They're just hidden. I actually really like how this turned out. And you know what? I think I'm going to leave it like this. I'm just going to add a monthly skip. I'll put March in there so I know that it is March. And then leave it like that. I really like using the extra large deco in here and just putting like little date dots over the top. I like it a lot. I'm actually quite surprised. I want to thank the people that gave me inspiration. I think I saw, I think the one that really got me was the Dr. Seuss one, and I think that was Kim. And I was like, that looks really cool. I really would like to try something like that. And you know what? These like 1.5-inch boxes and whatnot, I mean, they fit really well in here. If you just kind of offset them in the middle, obviously they're a little bit short, but they do work so well in here. I'm super excited. I'm actually curious to see how this would work in an EC planner. And I know the dimensions are a little bit different and whatnot. So leave me a note if you want to see me try this again in a EC planner. I could probably make that happen. But other than that, I think I'm really gonna leave it like that. I really like how this turned out. It still has lots of room for, you know, if you want to write things and whatnot. And it's not the traditional monthly kit that, you know, one would usually use. Definitely had to do some, you know, sticker cutting, but that's okay. I can do that. I have the skills. I have a little ruler, and yeah. So thank you all for watching this little live.